Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter, where I'm here in Aix-en-Provence, in the middle of course, Provence. I've spent the last few days exploring the southern part of our France Kaleidoscope program, and I'm pleased to say that everything that we have in store for those who are going to join us next year is amazing. France in general, much like Italy, it's sort of life is back to normal. People are out on the streets, the cafes are full, and of course, you need that EU COVID pass or a vaccination certificate to get into the restaurant. So they're taking things quite seriously, but at the same time, they're also looking forward to welcoming tourists back. Here's a short clip from when I was in Nice a couple of days ago. Well, this is Nice, France's gem of a city on the Côte d'Azur, the French Riviera, in a very southern part of the country. I love this city. I first came here back when I was a backpacker some 30 years ago, and I can tell you it has transformed incredibly during that time. This park, Albert I Park, used to be a huge parking garage in the middle back some decades ago, but they've done a tremendous amount to renew the city and make it one of the most beautiful spots on the whole Mediterranean coast. But beyond the stunning coastline that Nice is so well known for, and where hundreds of thousands of French and people from all around Europe flock to in the summertime, there's a lot more in the surrounding countryside, and I think that's what makes this such a great base from which to explore the southern part of France. You have a lovely southern part of Provence, you have lovely villages up in the foothills of the Alps, like Saint-Paul-de-Vence and Grasse and Aix. You've got the enclave of Monaco, where of course the ultra-rich have their yachts and fancy condominiums. And all in all, I think that this is a wonderful place to spend some time, whether it's with us on our France Kaleidoscope program, or just come here and visit it on your own. I've been many times, and I cherish every single time I get the chance to come here to Nice. The beauty of this part of France, in particular Aix-en-Provence, is that it's a little bit off the tourist trail. People coming off cruise ships in Marseille will sometimes come up here for a day trip, but it's worth spending time, whether it's with us or on your own, to base yourself here in this amazing little town, which is full of students. It's one of southern France's most well-known university towns. Also, a lot of people of our age bracket hang out here as well. And all in all, as I say, it's a great town for wandering around. Some beautiful museums, of course, the home of Paul Cézanne. I think it's a lovely, lovely part of France. Just a couple of days ago, I did our webinar on looking at the overall France Kaleidoscope program, where I talked about obviously Provence, but then the other regions that we're covering. And so if you are interested in finding out the best way to see France and how it compares to, for example, river cruises, take a look at that webinar replay. It's about 30 minutes in duration, and I think from the feedback we got, it gives a good sense of what could be in store for you if you come for a week or more in France with us next year. Next week, I'll actually be on the Canal du Midi and inspecting that part of the program and making sure it's ready for us next year. So I'll be reporting you from there. We won't be having a webinar next week. And the following week, we'll be off to South America, and I'll be presenting our Crossing the Andes program, which is the precursor to our Pacific South America program that we launched a couple of weeks ago. And I will be discussing our program, which begins in Buenos Aires, takes us to Santiago, Chile, going, of course, across the Andes, and visiting as well Mendoza, the capital of Argentinian wine. So look out for that webinar. That's on the 28th of October. And beyond that, we've got a whole other set of programs for 2023 coming. So greetings from here in southern France. The weather is fantastic. It's great to be traveling in this part of Europe at this time of year. And look forward to catching up with you again next week.